Guess who did not record any of their blind reaction to this video? I'm so sorry. To say I was screaming through that entire thing would be an understatement. I'm going to be rewatching it again. I'm just as mad as you guys are, don't worry. But, yeah, the misinformation about this entire video is laughable, if not just disgusting, and, I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. I just got done watching it, and of course I wasn't recording any of it. So I guess this is gonna be more of like a recap reaction. I don't know. I tried my best. Same video. With that being said, I'm sorry. Let's see what Chantal has to say today, shall we?
Hello, foodie beauties.
And I skip forward to where she actually starts talking because, like, the first bit of it's about, like, Howie and, like, the cat food Julia has, which, I mean, okay, great, but, no, I'm not going through that again.
Welcome back to another video. So today is going to be a video that's going to make you roll your eyes and probably freak out in the comments. But, I think I want to try this before I do anything else. So, I will show you my blood sugar reading here. This is fasting for over 24 hours blood sugar reading. Okay, so this is my fasting blood. I have been sleeping all day because I'm not feeling well today, actually. So yeah, that is the right time. And
also just the breathing and this where yeah guys, this is my dangerous, and it gets so much worse from here.
MMOL. I'll try to put the conversion there for you, but my blood fasting was yesterday 2:30, which is, I'll put the conversion here somewhere, so, but I think it's like 16. So it is down some points, which is really good. So I'm just going to continue to drink water today, and see what happens when I continue to fast to my blood sugar. I'll keep an eye on it. I won't let it go too low, but I don't think I'll have that problem, but we'll see. So I did my mukbang video, the diet food, yesterday, and then I have been water fasting, yeah, for over 24 hours now. So,
and before I even forget again, I'm not a doctor nor like a medical professional or a nurse or anything, but neither is she. So if you want to do anything of any sort with your health, please consult a medical professional about it first, please. Thank you.
It seems to be working. Like, my blood sugar has gone down by 5 points. So yesterday it was 16 when I tested it. And now that's MMOL. I've changed it to MMOL, which is what I'm used to, but I'll do the conversion here. So 11 is just about 200 mgdl. So it's going down a little bit, so I'm happy about that. Now I will be monitoring it very closely to make sure that it doesn't get too low, because, you know, I hear people saying, well, it's dangerous for people with diabetes to fast. I would say people with type 1 diabetes, yes, because they have problems with their blood sugar.
Ma'am, you're not a medical professional again. Quit trying to give your takes on, like, medical stuff just because you read some sort of article or saw some sort of TikTok on it. You're not a medical professional.
They're getting very, very low. I don't know about type 2, but I think that because this was more than likely caused, there are genetic factors. Like, every single person in my family, almost every single person in my family has diabetes, but
also she thought that she was exempt from that. Like, the death fat in the family is going to be the exception when it comes to that rule. Don't know why that's not laughable, but just like ironic that she thought, no, I'm the different one, guys. I'm not gonna have any problems. I can reverse that. Okay, girl.
Not this young in age, so I think I can reverse it or put it into remission or whatever you want to call it. Because yes, you guys were right. Technically, when you look it up, there's no cure, but you can go down to normal sugar levels. It's manageable to do that. So my blood sugar levels are hyperglycemic, and if I go down to hypoglycemic, I will stop fasting and eat healthy, whatever. I'm gonna see how far I can go. I want to give my system a break. I'm honestly afraid to eat anything at this point because of how it affects my blood pressure, of how it affects my
again, you need to go see a medical professional about that. Probably get on medication and not just be afraid of food. Like that no.
Blood sugar levels. And I've been reading the comments. That's what I also wanted to open them with this video, and I wanted to open my video by saying this, but I didn't get to. I just forgot. I'm sorry. This is what happens when you're not organized with what you want to say. I want to say that I haven't really had the time to reply to all of the comments, but I've been reading them, and I want to thank you guys for your suggestions, your tips, your concerns. It really, really means a lot to me. Like I said, to have people
AKA more than likely paying members, AKA more money. Thank you for the support. Wink wink, appreciate it.
On the internet who I don't really know, but who care about me in some way, and that means a lot, and I don't take that for granted. And I do take these things into consideration.
Yeah, well, I mean, you usually do whenever people that did support you have a problem with something that you're doing, and then you go and rage block them. Yeah, I can think of plenty of examples.
And I totally understand where you're coming from. People thinking I should be on medication, and that might be the case. I'm gonna see how the fasting goes. I haven't been able to do a very prolonged fast, more than 5 days of water fasting, but in those 5 days, I keep saying this, I know I did.
Which I'm not exactly sure if she did a water fast before the last one that only lasted like, I don't know, like a day or so, because she got dizzy after making the bed and had to lay down, and she had to call a slaw, and it was a whole entire thing. And then like the next day she came up with another mukbang. So
my body did feel really good, and I lost a significant amount.
Again, no, you felt dizzy and sick, and you couldn't even like make the bed.
Weight, and I think that I have enough stored fat on my body and energy in my liver that I need to give my body a break, and it can be triggering for people with binge eating disorder to fast, but I have to do it. Like, I have to do something drastic right now, because I just, anything, I feel like anything I eat just throws my system out of whack, and this is the only thing so far that's been lowering my blood sugar. Like, this is the biggest dent I've made in lowering my blood sugar, since I've been trying to do something, which isn't very long, but, eating low carb, that chicken dinner, my blood sugar my blood sugar didn't go up, but it didn't go down. So after I fast, maybe a couple of days or so, I'm not sure. There's a lot of people who intermittent fast, by the way. Intermittent fasting can be...
Which they more than likely, Chantal, go to a doctor to go see if it's the right thing for them, talk about like their blood work, make sure that everything's good before they get started on that. Don't just go, okay, I'm going to be doing this, teehee, especially at like a death fat level.
You fast for a few days a week and eat a few days a week kind of thing. But when I go back to eating, I'm going to be doing, clean food, low carb, that kind of thing. So probably a cleaner keto, just because I don't have a gallbladder and my body is not able to handle very high fatty food, very greasy kinds of foods without feeling sick. So already I feel so much less bloated. I don't feel hungry, I just feel sick. Like, I just feel ill, kind of like low energy, even to make this video. So my videos might be
now, like, hearing that for the second time, like, is that not concerning to you, ma'am? Like, you're too tired to film a video hardly because you're fasting? Is that not... At like what point is too much? Is at one point it's like, oh, I should probably either eat something or go see a doctor? Like, what?
I'm gonna try to make them as interesting as I can for you guys, but for the first few days it's gonna be rough. One thing I super dread about fasting is that bad taste you get in your mouth. Anyone who's fasted for like more than a few days will know what I mean. But yeah, I have like over 250 pounds or so, because for my height, I'm 5'1", okay? I'm 155 centimeters. I think that's 5'1" when you convert it. Excuse me. My healthy weight range, if you look it up, is like 100 to like 120 pounds. So anything over that is kind of considered like overweight for my height, and which is why I'm so round and shaped, why I look so big, especially from the...
Which, well, number one, you are big. Like, let's don't get that twisted now. Number two, a lot of it just has to do with like how your fat deposits and like where it goes. Like, look at Tammy Slayton, she had like fat on her forehead. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but it happened.
Because I'm apple shaped, I'm like ball shaped.
And that's still funny. Hearing that's the second time, I'm not gonna lie.
At this point, I'm so round because of how much I weigh, and speaking of which, I want to say I've been getting a lot of lovely comments, and I shouldn't focus on any negative.
Yeah, here comes the gaslighting when it comes to the reaction channels, I believe.
I do see people still commenting, and I think I know where it's coming from. There's certain reaction channels that are just so hell-bent on, finding something to complain about. So they go after my scale. I've shown you guys my scale many
Chantal, it was your own roommate that said the scale was off by 70 pounds, not like 5 or something. Kind of, reasonable, or could be explained like maybe there might have been like a piece of dirt stuck in one of the sensors or something. No, 70 pounds. And then you came back, and then he fixed it, and then you came back, and guys, look what happened. It's off by 70 pounds again. Magical, I know, just so weird and / or random.
times, and there's no function to mess with it, okay? So also, I've been on a scale before where at the doctor where the scale only goes up to 250 pounds, and what will happen is the scale will go up to the 250 pounds, like, and it will max out at that. So this scale goes up to like, I think 400 pounds or 180 kg, which is like just shy of 400 pounds. It would say 400 pounds. Like, it would either say 400 pounds, it would say error, or it would just be like a bunch of numbers and zeros. Like, it wouldn't be saying consistently, 30 to 40.
Yeah, I still want to see where she actually worked at like a scale production factory at all, and knows anything about making scales and how scales are made. I would still love to see that.
It's lighter than its limits. It wouldn't do it. I really don't know how people just don't realize that.
I made this analogy the first time, but like, just because like iPhones and Samsungs, like, they can both make calls doesn't mean that they're exactly the same. Just because your doctor's scale did one thing doesn't mean that another won't do something else.
I'm sorry if that doesn't fit your narrative, and makes you look very deceptive to your audience, but that's how it is. If my
what I find super deceptive is someone claiming to know what they're doing, claiming to know medical information, claiming to know what's best for them when they don't even know when to stop eating.
If my weight was too high for my scale, it would either show 400 pounds maxed out, like it did at the doctor's, it would say error, or it would say a bunch of zeros or something like that.
Again, you do not know about scales, Chantal. Just because one did one thing doesn't mean something else won't be doing something else. Unless if it's somewhere third party to where you don't have access to manipulate it or something, I don't believe you.
Say 30 to 40 pounds lighter than what the scale's limit is. Anyway.
You can roll your eyes and blink and just, rage, Chantal. It's not going to bother me at all, but this only affects you. And if you're getting this worked up and mentioning the scale so many times, well, there might be something to it. Just want to throw that out there at least.
It just amazes me the really asinine things people come up with for content. But anyway,
well, what I find asinine, again, is spreading medical misinformation to a bunch of people that are following a morbidly obese death fat.
I'm going to weigh myself tomorrow, actually, and keep track of that. But I think that it's going to be good for me to do the fasting. Also, another thing about fasting that's really beneficial for health is it depletes the glycogen stores in your liver. And, I have fatty liver disease, so...
And again, talking about like the glycogen deposits or whatever. Again, Chantal, you are not a medical professional or a doctor or anything. You're not even a nurse. You're just reading a bunch of stuff on the internet and kind of, processing it in your own corned brain way and trying to portray it to people to, seem smarter and like to seem like you know what you're doing. No. Shh, you sound stupid.
It will eat up all of that stuff in my liver. So, and then it will go on to, kicking into the keto mode, and it'll use my stored fat as energy. I mean, that's why we store fat. We don't store fat just for, anything else. I mean, we store fat.
I'm also just so over Dr. Cornwall at this point. Well, kicking into keto mode, ma'am. Shh.
Because we might need it for energy at a later time, and you can get a lot more energy out of fat than with glucose. So I'm learning a lot more about that before, and I feel kind of stupid talking about it because I was so against it. I'm not going to completely eliminate all carbs, like it's just that the bad ones, yeah. But I'm going to eat pretty low carb. So my body has a lot of energy reserves right now. I should be totally fine. I know that fasting.
You should be. You should be fine. In your own head, in your own little corned brain, you should be fine. But what happens if something happens and something goes wrong because you are not being seen by a doctor? Then what? Like, who are you going to be crying to then? Probably the reaction channels and / or people that don't like you. I can already call it.
Taboo still a bit, and people are skeptical, so I don't blame you. You're allowed your opinion. That's fine.
Again, we have an opinion about the scales. You don't get to dictate what people talk about. If we want to talk about, I don't know, anything that we want to, we can. You do not get to dictate what people talk about. Sorry to put in your own words.
But I'm going to see how it goes. Okay, so far the proof's in the numbers. It's been going down. Another thing I wanted to add about, my scale being broken. When have I ever cared at all about how I look to people? Like, I'm doing this weight thing for my health, not for looks. I've never hidden myself from the camera. You've seen me in the past, the exercise ball, coming on camera just barely clothed.
You were also on a bunch of substances like Coca-Cola, but like not Coca-Cola, and wheelchairs and whatever the fuck else you were on at the time. Yeah, man, you're not gonna be out here being like, oh, look at me, guys. I was just so quirky back then. No. We're not doing that game today.
It doesn't make any sense. This theory doesn't make any sense. And what's funny is these accusations are coming from people, reactors who literally do not cam up or show even their face. They don't.
Again, I'm still waiting to see this like magical terms of service part where it says like all reaction channels must show their face. If not, their channel's going to be terminated and they're going to be sued by Foodie Beauty for whatever else that she would like to do to all of us. But no, there's nothing, Chantal. You can make a clown out of yourself. I'll be over here talking about it.
They don't show any part of themselves. So I'm sorry, but here I am in front of you. I have no reason to hide my weight.
I also love how she's just like, here I am. I'm not hiding any part of my body yet. We can only see her from like, I don't know, the upper chest up, and we can't even see like the majority of her forehead. But yeah, sure, you're not hiding from us. Sure.
Because 360 pounds is still heavy, and even if I was 600 pounds, I wouldn't be ashamed to show it. I'm just not one of those people that's ashamed of myself. And if you look at me who's showing myself on camera in front of you versus people who hide behind a camera and judge other people and call them fat, whatever. I mean,
Sean, again, there's so many other things to talk about other than you being fat, and you're not even fat, you're morbidly obese. Just because a green car runs a red light, like who cares if the car was green or not? He ran a red light.
Hello. Anyway,
I love how she's seething over this, how the reaction channels are pretty much the only ones that's really benefiting from this whole entire like medical episode arc. The only person that's not like really benefiting from it is Chantal. I love that for you the most. You can go on your walks. I will be sitting here pretty talking about it.
Anyway, yeah, I just want to do a quick video update. Just taking it easy. Gonna be spending the next while trying to fast. It's gonna be hard, I know. Right now it's not that bad. When I hear my stomach growl or something, I'm like, yeah, eat the fat in my body, eat it.
Which is so, God, this is the reason why I was so kind of upset. Not so much about the fact that I lost the footage, like whatever, I'm redoing it now, but like whenever I heard this, I'm so pissed about this. Yeah, eat that fat. Ma'am, your body is begging for food at that point. Like, at what point are you like, why is my stomach growling? Yeah, eat that fat. No, it's because your body's wanting food, oh my God. I hate it here so fucking much. Jesus Christ. Go to a doctor and then therapy, you psycho.
But with water fasting, I know my skin, my hair, everything will be glowing in a few days. If I make it that far, you'll see. Just watch. And then,
well, we will watch, but what happens if something goes south? Like, then what? The only person that's not either going to be benefiting from it or be looking good at the end of this, Chantal, is you.
It's going to be about relearning proper nutrition, which I may seek at a center, or there's a lot of online nutritionists as well. But we'll see. So I guess today's day one, and I know I did a video months ago trying to do a 40-day water fast. I will not be doing 40 days, but I'm going to see how long I can go. Oh, excuse me. Even a couple days just to give my body a rest, and lower those sugar levels. That's the main thing, is to lower the sugar levels that are dangerously high, and the blood pressure as well will go down. Because anything I eat, I feel like, anything with an amount of sodium, and the thing is like, if it doesn't taste good to me, I'd rather not eat. But this will reset my palate as well. Going without any food. Once you eat food again, it tastes like, it doesn't need a whole bunch of salt and sugar. It just tastes good because you're like, food, you'll appreciate the sugar, natural sugar in the fruit. You'll appreciate whatever. So Alright, guys, thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Okay, yeah, so there was that video. I'm so sorry that I didn't record it the first time. I'm double checking to make sure that I am recording this time, and I am. Yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and again, sorry, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.